trades for YieldMax, MSTY, CONY, and TSLY. So, Reddit launched yesterday, IPO, and look at this. I don't know, I figured I'd share, but I thought that was crazy. It was up 47% today or yesterday, so that's pretty amazing. Anyone who got in early is sitting pretty, so congrats. So let's first cover MSTY because I know this one will be exciting for you guys, for the MSTY owners. So check this out. They finally decided to roll the 950. 4 transactions on the screen. So you see they sold the call for the 950 and they BC'd the put. They buy to close the put. So you see how much they made to the right. Execution price, $654 per share, $21.50 they paid. And then obviously down below they rolled it. There's 2 parts to the roll. One is closing the position, which, that's they sell the call and then they close the put. And then the new position is they buy the call and they sell the put. Okay? So hopefully that all makes sense, but we'll look at the spreadsheet and see how it played out. All right, so here's the 950. Again, in green is the closeout. So usually in green for the synthetics, I cover, the estimate closeout. But when it does close out, I do leave it in green. So yesterday was March 21st. So they closed all 157 contracts. So when they sold the call, again, $654. So it came to 10.2 million. That's, straight up income from the call, from the synthetic. And then they had to pay $21.50 for the put. That would have obviously expired worthless had they waited till March 28th, but it's all good. They closed it today. So they had to pay $337,000. Now, net for the March profits from this synthetic position overall, they made 5.6 million. Okay? Because again, this is a growing track record of the synthetic from the beginning, right? They opened with 68 contracts, added 5, removed 1, added 15, 13, 5, 2, 50, and then they sold all 157. So this is obviously the track record of what went on. But long story short, they made 5.6 million from this synthetic. And then obviously before that, they had the 680 synthetic, which they made 1.3 million. So now, what do they do with all those shares? They moved it to the 1700 because that was already existing. However, interesting play because they're actually around the $1,600 range. So percentage-wise, it's still pretty close, but they did not open a new synthetic for 1,600. Instead, they added it to the 1,700. So it actually, since the price of the synthetic is since the price of the strike is higher than the actual price of the stock, they made money on this. So the put was more valuable than the call. So when they added the 157, they actually made up 1.6 million on top of that. So as far as actual income on this position, they made 1.9 million. So these synthetics are bringing in the dough. If for whatever reason they wanted to close out this synthetic position, again, this expires April 19th, so obviously they would not do that. It's $1.7 million debit, okay? Moving on to the March tab, let's see how the stock did. So it continues to go up. MSTR went up 3.41%. MSTY went up 3.86%. MSTY beat it on the upside because obviously they made a pretty penny yesterday. So they did not make any trades though, so no change to this data right here. These are still the same positions. So we'll go right to the cash and treasuries. We have 13.9 million in cash, obviously a massive increase in cash because again, we made profit on the synthetic, so it goes right to cash. Eventually they'll move that to the treasuries. Obviously they have 2 treasuries and then they had the money market, but if you look, they zeroed out the money market. So now they just have 2 treasuries, which yesterday, essentially zero impact. But overall movement for the cash and treasuries, an increase of 11.4 million. All right. So outstanding shares, 775,000. Someone asked me to put an arrow up or down to show if it increased or decreased. But honestly, I've been thinking this for a long time. Somewhere like near the cash and treasuries, I should probably make a column and just start to, to put it daily. Like, why not? I'm doing all this information anyway. And it is important information to see if the fund is growing or not. So I'll keep that in mind, and I will do it. I'll either do it on the new spreadsheets for the new month, or I'll add it to this one this weekend. We shall see. I have no voice, by the way, because it's still early. What time is it? I don't even know. The stupid watch isn't working. Oh, it's before 5. It's 4:55. All right. Total income, 159 million for the weekly calls. Total distribution from the weekly calls, 21 cents, penny per day, or 0.02% yield. Okay, active tab. Weekly calls are still looking pretty damn good. 167 contracts, 1,850 strike. That's 15% out of the money. And guess what? Only one trading day. We could beat that. 21 contracts, 1,785 strike, 11% out of the money. One trading day. I'm sure they'll be just fine. MSTR price, $15.99, 30-day IV, 141%. Man, crypto. Next earnings, again, it's April 29th, but MSTY price is over $40 again. Damn, should have bought in at 35, right? Anyway, it's at 40.06. Potential capital gains for just today, $6.10, right? $6.10 they could gain today. Wow. Reaction, it's still the nerdy face. This MSTY fund manager, man. He's like, yeah, I know my stuff. I got it all right. You guys are going to be rich because of me. And that's him, but awesome. We love him, and he's doing very well. All right, guys, get ready for this. All right, get ready. You're going to be very excited about this. This is why I covered MSTY first. Synthetic income. Guess what? Since they rolled it, we got income, $8.9 million in synthetic income. 8.9 million, okay? Short call income, 159,000. Net income total, 9.1 million. And guess what? Only 775,000 outstanding shares, okay? So total income per share, $11.75. Yep, $11.75. That's how much they made taxable, event-wise, like actual, not on paper. This is how much they made from, selling calls and the synthetic. $11.75 per share. Unbelievable. Short call income, 21 cents per share. Obviously, they didn't make a distribution, but yeah. So what does that come to? If they paid $11.75 per share, what would that yield be? Well, $11.75 per share annualized would be $141. And with a price of $40.06, that's a 352% yield. So again, it's not even, we're not even at the end of the month. It's only March 22nd. They could still make more money. They could still lose money. But at the same time, I just wanted to share this with you guys because I thought it was pretty amazing. They're probably not going to pay all the profits. So let's be real. But, even if they pay like $10, could you imagine a $10 monthly distribution from a $40 stock? Like, that's insane. But yeah, it's still early, guys. And I know this one is this is a rare one. This is the super YieldMax. This is going to put them back on the map. This is going to, a 300% yield. Whew. I mean, how would that not be, I don't know. That's very sellable. But we'll see. Time will tell. All right, here's the holdings. So they only have the one synthetic. Thank God. A little easier. $1,700 synthetic. So you see the put and in pink, and then the call in orange. So right now the put costs more than the call. So obviously, that means they're below, the price is below the strike. And then in blue, you see how much it would cost to close, very cheap, considerably, how much they made, when they did sell those calls. So they're going to make a profit this week in the calls. They're doing very well with this fund. They handled it well. Again, for those of you that got in or are in general, you're going to be very happy. Net asset value, 30.7 million. NAV is 39.73. And then the trade price is 40.06. So no discount for you. But let's take a look at the pre-market for MSTR. All right, do a nice refresh. Again, it's about 5 a.m., so things can change. But MSTR, of course, it's green. Why not? It's up 1.85%. It's at 1,628.89. Okay. Next one, we cover CONY, because CONY actually had a trade. So CONY had 3 trades. Typically, 3 trades means adding to the synthetic and creating a new position. However, it looks like people taking profits, so they had to sell. They had to get rid of 545 contracts because people, are likely getting out of this fund to take profits. So they sold a call for the synthetic and they BC'd the put. So they closed out 545 contracts from their 250 synthetic, and they closed out 545 contracts from their weekly call. And we'll see how that looks like money-wise on the spreadsheet. All right, what the hell, where are we at here? CONY. So again, we only have one synthetic for CONY. It's 250. So here you see the 545 being deducted. Since coin is priced above the strike of this synthetic, closing out is not a big deal. So they made money on the close out. They made about $1 million, a little over $1 million. So that's pretty good. And obviously you see they would make money if they decided to roll this position. They would make 18.7 million. But overall, this synthetic so far has cost them about 6.3 million. Because again, it cost them, a pretty penny to open that position in the beginning. So, but if they continue to stay above that strike, this expires April 19th though. But if they continue to stay above it, they'll make money when they close it out. Time will tell. All right, March tab, lots of data here. All right, what do we got? Coin went up 1.99%. CONY went up 1.85%. So overall, pretty good day. Again, they closed out part of their 257.50 strike. So I had to split this up. So 545 contracts, it cost them money. It actually cost, their price, even though if you look at coin price, it's at 262. That's essentially at the break even. But keep in mind, the break even is only at the end of business day for the expiration date. So they had to pay the time value that was left. So that time value is very expensive when the implied volatility is high on a stock. So it cost them, this was, honestly, I had to double check it, and I'll double check it again, right? Like, that's really high for one day. So if we check it again, 1445 essentially, right? See the bottom transaction? A lot of decimals, but it rounds up to 1445. So yeah, time value, very expensive when you have a high implied volatility rate. So they lost money on that transaction. So overall, those contracts cost them $542,000, but that's okay. They've been winning otherwise on the synthetic. So let's take a look at cash and treasuries. Cash is in the negative because again, they cost them money yesterday, and people sold out of the fund. That's okay. But let's see. Overall, the change was negative 3.9 million. So, and again, all of that came from cash. So they'll fix that, I'm sure, today. Outstanding shares, 13.7 million. Total income is at a loss of 12 million for the weekly calls. Active tab. All right. We are sitting with one trading day left, 14,775 contracts with a 257.50 strike price. That's 1.72% in the money. As mentioned, they're essentially at the break-even point. But we don't want to break even. We want to make money. So we want coin to go down today. That's it. We simply just need it to go down in general. How much? I would say below the strike price, but anywhere below 262, we should make a profit. That's if they close it out at the end of the day, okay? And again, the IV, 88%, still pretty damn high. That's why the time value costs them a decent amount to close out the position. CONY price is 28.10. Potential capital gains, nothing because they are capped. And, this is a tense one. So the fund manager, man, he's coming in today. He's coming into work, New York City, wherever he works. And he's like, oh, man, what did I do? Is this going to be good? Is it going to be good? Or maybe he don't give a damn. I don't know. We'll see. We give a damn. All right. So how we doing payment-wise? Well, synthetic income, 87 million. Short call loss, 12 million. Net 75.1 million. So to share that with all of our shareholders, that's $5.48 total income per share. Obviously, still early in the month. And if I do this based on the NAV reserve to zero it out the NAV, we're looking at $3.39 per share. I think that's even still a little high. I wouldn't expect it. I'm expecting it over $2. I wouldn't expect a $3 payment though. You never know. Maybe they want to make some, they want to make some headlines. They could do that. They could have MSTY and CONY just like boom, boom, boom. I don't know what that yield would be. I'll have to calculate it. So here's the holdings. This is how much in pink it would cost to close the synthetic and how much in orange they would make to sell the call. And then obviously it would cost them about $6.95 to close the remaining position, which again, they're going to let the time value run out today, and we'll see how that plays out. Total net asset value, 386 million. NAV is 28.14 and trade price is 28.10. So that's a 4-cent discount for those that care. All right. Coin. What do we got here? Coin is up in the pre-market. It's up 0.88%, which is what we do not want. It's at 264.31. So I don't know if the CONY fund manager is driving into work soon, staring at pre-market, praying and hoping. Maybe they should get bonuses based on how their weekly calls do. We should ask Jay that, right? So anyway, let's go to TSLY. TSLY. All right, no trades for them, as usual. They have two synthetics, 175 and 170. Currently, they're priced below the 175. So if they close it out today, it would cost them $674,000. Again, both of these synthetics expire May 17th. So a little early, and I'm happy they pushed it out that far. That way we don't even have to think about the synthetic. But either way, they're winning on this synthetic, the 170. They would make $13 million if they decided to roll that. And they may have to roll that before the end of the month because they're going to have to pay us. We can't settle for the distribution that we're currently calculating just on weekly calls. Now, let's see. Underlying price, close price, it went down again, man. We went back down. Like, what a week. Monday was, boom, up 6.3%. Tuesday, down 1.47%. And then Wednesday, up 2.53%. And then yesterday, down 1.62%. Anyway, so TSLY only went down 0.06%. So that's good. And then we still, again, no change on these. Our break even for today is 171.81. So it's going to be down to the bitter end on this one too. So cash and treasuries, not much going on there. A little boring. 60,000 increase. So outstanding shares 44,750,000. That really hasn't changed. 16.5 million in weekly income from the calls. Short call weekly income. Distribution from that, again, as mentioned, is pretty low, 37 cents, but we still got time. Daily income from that, 3 cents a day. Daily yield, 0.18%. Okay? So, moving on, let's go to the active tab. How do we look closing out today? One trading day left. We have 30,325 contracts with a 170 strike. That's 1.63% in the money. And then we have 11,635 contracts. That's a 172.50 strike, 0.19% in the money. Okay. Okay. So what's our break even? That's really what matters, right? Our lowest break even again is 171.81. We're at 172.82. So we need Tesla to go down today to win our calls. Unfortunately, good and bad, right? As some of you who own Tesla also own Tesla. So it's like bittersweet. Do we want it to go down? We do, and we don't. And it's a tough spot. 30-day IV, 52%. So as long as it's above 50%, I'm happy. I don't know if you guys are. TSLY price, 1572. Potential capital gains is 0. And then TSLY fund manager sweating, crying, who knows what. It's a tough month. Earnings date coming up April 17th. We shall see. It's going to be crazy. Curve, nothing new, man. Curve is if you track Curve, you got nothing to do, man. You're just sitting around. But 80 contracts, 230 strike, 33% out of the money. Synthetic is still there. It's going to be bloodbath on that synthetic. All right, let's take a look. Again, short call income is 16.5 million. I mean, synthetic income is, forget it, it's 171 million loss. So we'd have to just look at the short call income, 37 cents. And again, people will not be satisfied with that. People want their 80 cents. So we are a little, quite a bit from that. So time will tell. Even we rolled a synthetic, our synthetic income is still a debit overall. So we really need to win our weekly calls today. All right. So again, the synthetics are in pink. The orange is the calls, so you can see the values there. But as mentioned before, the one is doing better than the other. Obviously, the 170 is profitable. The 175 is not, because we're right in the middle. And then in blue, it'll cost 340 to close the weekly calls, and then 179 to close the 172.50 weekly call. But again, we have a whole day left today, so a little early. Net asset value for TSLY, 703 million. NAV is 1572, and trade price is 1572, right on the dot. So no discount for you. All right, so let's go to the pre-market. Pre-market. I'm freezing. It's cold as hell in the garage today. Tesla, in the red. This is what we need, though, for TSLY. Tesla is down 0.62%. We're looking at, 171.75. So again, we shall see. What is our magic number? It's at 171.52 now. What do we say our break even is? 171.81. So right now we're good. Per pre-market, we're good. But we shall see. Okay. One thing I pulled up was Market Watch to see okay, is there any news? Obviously it talks about Reddit, and they say it's strange performance. And then Apple's having some troubles, and then, blah, blah, blah. So again, this is a daily video, which, it's always a work in progress. So I feel like I should cover daily events. I know I got some negative feedback on that the first time, so maybe I'll add it towards the end of the video. If I do cover current events, I'll just have to figure out what source to use, whether it be Market Watch or someone else. So I think I'll maybe start to do that, at least cover the headline, maybe from Market Watch at the very end. But since I already talked about Reddit, that was the cover page. But yeah, Reddit has done good. So as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. And a key word today, it's cold as hell. So again, I'm in the garage. I got to make the video in the garage when I do it early because I can't wake up the house. Wake up the house, you might as well just forget this video. So for now, it's freezing out. So, keyword today, if you made it to the end of the video, is cold as hell. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button after commenting cold as hell. But if you have any questions, concerns, or comments about my daily videos, please leave them down below. If you have suggestions, leave them down below. I will be making probably a Friday commute video, so no need to rant, I guess, on this daily video. So I'll just end it here, and I'll say, hope you all have a great day. It's Friday, so hope you all have a nice, easy day. For me, I got to drive to the office and probably leave early because I have to coach my son's baseball team, so I got to get there at a reasonable time. So it's a pretty busy day overall. But again, hopefully, it's all good though, right? Fun. It's all fun. But anyway, that's all I got for today. As mentioned, I'm cold as hell, so I'm ending this video here, and we'll see how the day goes. And also, let me know what you think about MSTY. Double-digit payment, man. Are you excited? Who knows? We'll see. All right, I gotta go. Later.